This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.
St. Anne man arrested for shooting. The St. Anne police on Monday arrested a man in connection with a non-fatal case of shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. According to the police, about 6 p.m., Siobhan Thomas, a lifeguard of Buckfield in Ocho Rios, was sitting at a shop with his girlfriend when a man approached the shop owner reportedly to purchase ganja. After being told that no ganja was at the shop, the man went to a nearby shop. On his way back, the man allegedly pulled a firearm from his waistband, pointed it at Thomas and opened fire. The complainant ran and managed to escape without any injuries. The shooter reportedly then fled in a silver Toyota Fielder motor car. However, he was arrested an hour after the incident. According to the police, the scene was visited by the forensic unit, but no spent case was recovered. Investigations continue, the police said. Pastor who said wholeness must go down, arrested. A pastor who claimed that Prime Minister Andrew Holness must go down for purportedly attacking the church in Jamaica has been arrested by the St. Anne police. The clergyman, identified as Peter Chambers, is affiliated with the Miracle Healing Deliverance Ministry. He was arrested on Wednesday morning at his Brownstone St. Anne home. When contacted on the development, a representative of the police's corporate communications unit confirmed the arrest and suggested that Chambers is to be questioned on reasonable suspicion of creating public mischief. However, the CCU representative did not specifically state whether Chambers is to be questioned in relation to the purported threats he made against the Prime Minister. In a recent social media video, Chambers said Holness has been attacking the church. When I made a statement, listen, that man happy dead. Me no care when nobody wants say, him happy go down. Listen this, man of God. The Prime Minister happy go down. Him has to go down, Chambers stressed in a social media video. This man is attacking the church, opposing the church, and I don't care when nobody wants to say, me no afraid of none of uno, he added. Chambers has been critical of the Jamaica Labour Party government and Andrew Holness since late last year. I realize that there are some JLP supporters who are reporting my videos and reporting to get rid of me off Facebook, Chambers stated in the same video in which he appeared to have threatened Holness. But I want to let some of you know, listen, if you know who you're dealing with, it better you leave Peter Chambers alone. I was just in a heated argument with one in Brownstown in the gas station. A Rasta boy, he indicated. Chambers has also opposed to the ongoing COVID-19 vaccinations. It is understood that he is also to be questioned in relation to other threats he allegedly made against other individuals. Man arrested for death of PNP organizer in St. Anne. A man has been taken into custody for questioning in relation to the death of People's National Party political organizer Fileman Winter. He was picked up following a probe into the discovery of Winter's charred remains at his house in Alexandria, St. Anne on Tuesday morning. The arrest was confirmed by head of the St. Anne Police Superintendent Dwight Powell on Wednesday. It was reported that sometime after 2 a.m. Tuesday, residents saw fire coming from Winter's house. This was prior to residents allegedly hearing the sound of gunshots coming from the premises. The police, as well as the fire department, were alerted, and upon their arrival, the house was seen ablaze. Winter's charred remains were found after cooling down operations. At the time of his death, Winter was an investigator of the Office of the Public Defender in St. James. He was a PNP constituency secretary for Southwest St. Anne between 2011 and 2016. In reacting to news of Winter's death, PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell expressed profound sadness at the killing and offered sympathies to the family and friends of Winter, as well as the party's Southwest St. Anne community. Further, Campbell said the incident highlighted a crime problem that continues to affect Jamaicans. The government must take urgent steps to implement a crime management strategy that will give the nation some reprieve from the bloodshedding, said Campbell. He charged that crime and violence cannot be allowed to continue unabated as the entire nation is at risk. In 2020, Jamaica recorded the highest level of homicides in the entire Western Hemisphere, he noted. The country takes no comfort in the Prime Minister's pronouncement last week that we have flattened the murder curve between 2018 and 2021 at a rate that is highest in the hemisphere. We demand an approach that goes beyond states of emergency and so, argued Campbell. Tommy Lee to serve 3 years in prison for gun possession. Dancehall entertainer Tommy Lee Sparta has been sentenced to a total of 5 years in relation to the seizure of an illegal gun. The entertainer, whose given name is Leroy Russell, was today sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for illegal possession of firearm and 2 years for illegal possession of ammunition. He had pleaded guilty to the offenses. The sentences are, however, to run concurrently, so he will only serve 3 years. Tommy Lee was arrested last December after he was found with a firearm along Holborn Road in New Kingston. He was held by members of the police SWAT division. He was subsequently charged and brought before the court. The entertainer was represented by attorneys at law Tom Tavares Finson QC and Donahue Martin. Taxi operator charged following cocaine and ganja seizure. 36-year-old taxi operator Raphael Summon has been charged with illegal possession of cocaine and illegal possession of ganja following a police operation in Barbican Road, St. Andrew. The police say about 11:30 on Monday night, someone who is from Whitehall District, St. Thomas, was held during a stop and search operation. They say his vehicle was searched and several plastic bags of ganja and cocaine were seized. He was arrested and subsequently charged. He is to appear before the court on Thursday, March 25. 3 more COVID-19 deaths, 439 new cases. Jamaica on Tuesday recorded 3 COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 545. The deceased are a 70-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 62-year-old male from St. Thomas, and a 74-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew. One more case was recorded as coincidental death, moving the tally to 93, and one other fatality is being probed, pushing that figure to 75. Meanwhile, there were 439 new cases, with ages ranging from 2 days to 96 years, pushing the total to 36,670, with 19,253 being active. Of the new cases, 252 are male and 187 are female. In the meantime, there were 128 more recoveries, increasing the total to 16,618. Some 451 persons are in hospital, with 62 being moderately ill and 42 critically ill. 7 persons are in government quarantine, while 25,444 are at home. Listed fines for breaching COVID-19 protocols. The newly amended Disaster Risk Management Act, which was passed in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, imposes fines ranging from a low of $3,000 to a high of $500,000 on individuals and entities found in breach of the law. In total, there are 40 offenses which will attract a penalty. They include $5,000 for failure to wear a mask in public places, $5,000 for refusing to maintain the 6-foot social distancing rule, $5,000 for breaching protocols governing public transportation, $10,000 for failure to stay inside place of residence during a curfew, $20,000 for operating a gym outside time specified or small outdoor events held in breach of order, $25,000 where a Jamaican returning home from overseas fails to abide by quarantine order, $30,000 where a tourist or overseas guest refuses to stay inside the resilient corridor as required, $50,000 where a person infected with COVID-19 refuses to stay in quarantine, $50,000 where an employer refuses to comply with specified workplace requirements, $100,000 where a funeral, burial, wedding, or any other worship service is conducted in contravention of the enforced order. Additionally, where bars are operated outside of time specified or where the operator is not in possession of a spirit license, a fine of $500,000 is imposed. There is also a $500,000 fine in the event the operator of a hotel or resort cottage is not licensed under the Tourist Board Act or certified by the Tourism Product Development Company. And there is also a $500,000 fine for operators of hotels and resorts who breach COVID-19 protocols.
Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.